Hello there, Craps fans. I'm out here in lovely Florida, and I'm going to introduce you to a crazy game called Hazard, which is actually the precursor to the game of craps. If you think the pass line in craps is complicated when you first explain it, then Hazard is even crazier. So I'm going to assume that you all know how to play craps and how the pass line and how the come bet works, and you are familiar with the Molly strategy where you make a pass line bet and then a come bet on every roll. So that's what I'm going to do just to keep this interesting. But instead of craps, it's going to be Hazard. Hazard is a game where it's like craps, except the role that the 7 plays can be played by other numbers instead. And that name in Hazard is called the main number. So craps is basically Hazard with the main number of 7. But Hazard can have a main number of 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. So I think the easiest way to explain it is just to show how that works with different main numbers other than 7. As I said, if the main number is 7, then Hazard becomes the same as craps. So let's just explain what we're doing here. This is I have $15 here, two 10 ones and 1 5, 15, and that's the bank over there. I'm not sure exactly how much it is. We have a regular on and off button, just like in regular craps. That's what we're gonna use to mark the point. In Hazard, they call the point the chance. So it's the same thing. It's the point. It's just called the chance in Hazard. Now the main number is what we would normally be 7, but let's, as I said, it can be either 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. So let's try a main number of 8. Okay, I'm going to use the blue chip here to mark the main because there is no such concept in craps. So I'm just going to put the 8 in the lay area of the 8 to mark that 8 is the main. So 8 is going to play the role of that the 7 normally plays. So let's make a pass line bet. So and the puck is off. And another weird thing about Hazard is that 7, if 7 is not the main number, then 7 can be a point number, which is hard to get used to. Okay, so let's roll. So now we have a pass line bet. So if and one extra rule about Hazard, if the main number is 7, then a come out win is a 7 or 11, just like craps. If the main number is 8, then the come out wins is either an 8 or a 12. Because 7 is nothing special, just that you're rolling the main number, which would be 8 if the main number is 8, so that's a come out win. And instead of 11, it's 12. And the same thing with 6. You have a main of 6. If the main was 6, then the come out win would be on the 6 or the 12. If the main is a 5 or a 9, then come out is only on the main. So come out win on a 9, come out win on a 5. So we're going to do 8, main of 8. So we have come out wins of 8 or 12. And we got a pass line bet, puck is off. So let's get rolling here. So we rolled an 8, so that's a come out win. It's just as if we were playing craps and we rolled a 7 on the come out. That would be a win. Since the main is an 8, this is a win for us on the pass line. So we're going to take 1 from the bank and pay ourselves on the pass line. So we're ahead by 1 so far. Still puck is off, and still the main is an 8. So now we have a 5. So that's just like craps. We have a point of 5, which is called the chance of 5, and we're going to make a come bet. Just like I prefer to do when I'm playing craps. Let's get this straight. This is my rack, and this is my pass line bet. We're not doing odds over here. That would be crazy. You can take odds in Hazard, but that's just too complicated for this video. This is an introductory video. Okay, so let's go. We got a 7. Okay, so a 7 is just a point number. It's a box number. So our come bet is going to move to a 7, and we're going to make a new come bet. So we do a shortcut. So say if we had rolled a 9, then I would just put the new come bet on the 9, which is the same as moving the come bet and making a new one. but it's a 7. So there is no 7 box number on my layout, of course. So I'm just going to put it over here on the any 7. It's not really an any 7 bet, but this is just the way I represent the box number of 7. Another way you could do it is put it between the 6 and the 8, but this is just as good. It just because it has the word 7, but it has nothing to do with the any 7 bet. It's just the 7 box. Okay, let's roll again. Okay, now we have a 5. So we have made the point. So what happens here? Oh boy. So we've made the point. Okay, this is complicated even for me. I just kind of started learning this game. So we win on the pass line. Okay. Puck is going to go off. Okay, that was a 5, and we're going to move our come bet to the 5. And the puck is off. So now we have traveled come bets on the 5 and the 7, and we have a new pass line bet. And the main is still an 8. So let's try to roll an 8, and we'll win on the pass line. We rolled a 10, so now we have a point of 10, and we're going to make a new come bet. So now we have our point, or our chance is a 10, and we have numbers up, come bets up on the 5 and the 7, and a new come bet. 7, so now we've won our come bet on the 7, and this is going to be just like a regular up and down or in and out or whatever they call it on the craps table, where you have a new come bet and you won on your number. So instead of so this pays. So instead of taking this down and moving this come bet up, we leave it up and making a new come bet. We just like you would find in a regular craps table. We're just going to take our winnings and leave everything the way it is, because all those bets are returned, so we just leave them the way they are. That's nothing to do with hazard. It's the same as craps. Okay, 8. So now we have rolled our main, which is like a 7 out. It's called, except in this case it's an 8 out. So that means we lose all our come bets that have traveled, and we lose on the pass line. So we're going to take all these and this, the 7 and the 5 and the pass line. Okay, and our come bet wins, because it's just a come out roll. And that's it. Back here, back to puck is off. Let's try, I don't want to make this too long, let's just try one more different main. Let's try a main of 5. Okay, so now instead of having a main of 8, we're going to have a main of 5. The 5 has a come out win of only a 5. There is no 11 or 12 come out. And so a 2, 3, 11, and 12 would be a craps if the main is 5. I know it's complicated. Okay, here we go. Try to roll a 5 and we'll win on the come out. We did roll a 5, so now we get a win on our pass line. And the puck is still off. We rolled a 6, so the point is now a 6, and we're going to make a new come bet. A 2 is a craps. 2, 3, 11, and 12 is craps with a main number of 8, so we're going to pay the bank. 2 just from my rack, because just like you would, I don't know, I guess you wouldn't really do that on the craps table, but instead of putting my pass line to the bank, I'm just going to put something from my, and then making a new pass line bet, I'm just going to pay directly from my rack, and that's the same difference. Okay, here we go. 6, so we have hit the point, so that's a pass line, front line winner, as they would say in Vegas, and we've won on the pass line. Puck is off. Move our come bet up to the 6. If it was a 6, and we're going to make a new pass line bet. Keep going until we 5 out. 7, so now we see this weird situation where we have the point being a 7, so I'm going to put the puck on the 7 out, on the any 7, as I said, nothing to do with the any 7 bet, but just the only place where I can find that has the number 7, so I'm going to put the puck on the 7. So our point is a 7, so if we roll a 7, we're going to win on the pass line. Roll a 5, we will lose on the pass line. And let's make a new come bet. 4, so our come bet moves to the 4, so instead of doing a lot of moving, we're just going to take from the rack and put on the 4, just like you could really do in craps. just save some time moving stuff around. 10, so we're come bet on the 10. We're going to do the same thing. Take from the rack, move to the 10. Remember, our point is a 7. 8. Okay, we're getting another come bet up on the 8. 3 is craps. 2, 3, 11, 12 are craps. When we have a main, so I'm just going to take one to pay my craps of the come bet. Nothing to do with the pass line, but did have a come bet up, so it's going to be a loss on the craps. That's the same thing as in the craps. Okay, this is an 8, so we're going to win a traveled come, and it's up and down, just like you would do at the craps table. I'm just going to take from the bank and pay my 8 and leave those numbers up. Leave the 8 up, leave the come bet up. Another 8, so we win again. Got a lot of numbers up. Let's just move this over. 6, a winner. Leave it up. Leave the come bet up. 6 again. 3 is a craps on our new come bet. So I'm going to take from the rack, pay the bank. Just a little shortcut going on there. We have an 8, which is another one of our come bets, which is a win. 11 is a loss, is a craps if your main is 5. So I'm going to take a from my rack and give it to the bank. That was a craps on the come bet. 10. So we've won. We have a 10 up. So we're going to take a 10 down from the bank. A 3 is a craps for the come bet. 10, another win. Doing good on our hazard game here. 8. See, the rolls are going to be longer here because the 7 is not going to knock us down. It's actually the point. And we can still have our numbers up. And the 5 is rarer than a 7, so a 5 out is harder to get than a 7 out. 6. Because our 6 is up here. We do up and down. I think it's called up and down. On and off. That's the one. I knew it wasn't in and out or up and down. It's called on and off. That's what the dealers call it. They're little shortcuts. 4. We got a 4 up, don't we? On and off. Might have to color up over here. 9. So that's one box number we haven't had up, so we're going to take it from the rack and put it up on the 9. That's another shortcut. Instead of moving it from the come and making a new come bet. 7, so that that's not a 7 out because we are playing with a main of 5. So that is just going to win our point. That's going to do a front line winner. Pass line is going to win. Turn the puck off. We're going to pay ourselves in the pass line. And we are going to move the come bet to the 7. Just like you would in craps. If you roll, if you had a come bet and the point wins, then your come bet is going to move to what the point was. So we have every number up. Every number. And the point is off. And the puck is off. So we don't want a 5 now because it's going to knock down everything. We have a 2, which is a pass line craps. 2, 3, 11, and 12 are going to be craps, and the puck is still off. We have rolled a 5. That's called a 5 out. Remember, our main is a 5, so 5 acts like a 7 would in craps, and it's going to lose us all of our traveled come bets, but we will win on the pass line because it's just like rolling a 7 in craps. The pass line, the front line winner for the 5. When the the main is 5. So I think that's enough. Let's see what we did. We started with $15, right? Let's see what we got here. You got 5, 10, 15, 18. So we're $3 ahead. We turned 15 into 18, and this was our game of hazard. We had several points. I think we had an 8 and a 5. I mean, several mains. I think we just did an 8 and a 5, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong, but I think that kind of shows how the game is played. I don't know if anyone except me is playing Hazard these days. It goes back a long time, and it's mentioned in the Canterbury Tales apparently, and goes back many centuries in England, and it is the granddaddy of the game of craps. So I hope you enjoyed this. Not sure if there's any other video online about how to play Hazard, and I hope you understood. Please leave any questions in the comments, and welcome your feedback. Talk to you later. Bye.